My last video was about this Patagonia Black Hole 32-liter backpack, just about the bag itself. And ever since I posted that, you guys have been absolutely begging me to post another video talking about what I actually carry with me in that bag. So today, I'm gonna go through all the gear you might bring with you for urban exploration, EDC type stuff, or what a normal person might call just going for a walk. First off, let's be honest. Let's say you just wanna go roam around the city for a day. In that case, all you really need is like 20 bucks and or a credit card, and maybe a good attitude too. The rest of this is just a bunch of nerd shit that you don't really need, but I like to carry with me. With this setup, I feel like I can go anywhere and be completely comfortable. So yeah, let's see it. Everything I carry with me to feel confident and comfortable getting lost and roaming around in the city. Links are below. Let's get into it. First things first, you know we got the notebook or a journal or a diary or whatever you want to call it. This is a Midori A5 notebook with a paper cover. I just love having this thing. I always carry something with me that I can write down some thoughts in. If I'm bored, I can flip through this rather than pulling out my phone and just look back. You know, it's always interesting to see like what was I thinking about 2 years ago on some random Tuesday? What occupied my mind at that time? And so this is more of a diary type journal, but I also just throw random thoughts in here too if I don't have anywhere else to put them. Up next, we've got a key piece of infrastructure here. This is a buff, basically a sock for your neck. Anyways, I wear this thing all the time. I just wear it around my neck. It covers my neck, it covers my ears. It's protection from the sun because I live in Texas and I don't want to get skin cancer. So I'd rather look like a goof wearing this than getting skin cancer. My fiance says I look like a worm or some other hooded phallic object when I wear this. And that's fine. Like I said, I don't mind it. I'd rather not get skin cancer and look like a goof. And yeah, this one is the Buff brand Buff, and it's very high quality. I like the material. It feels very good to wear. It's kind of gorpcore if you're into that stuff. To pair with the Buff, you gotta have a hat. Always keep a hat on you. Same reason, skin cancer, no sir, no thank you. Speaking of hats, if you got a hat, you're gonna want a pair of good sunglasses too. These are Roka sunglasses. They're an Austin company, I think, but I'm sure they're made in China, just like everything else. That said, they're still very high quality. They're lightweight, they're comfortable, polarized. They have these nice little grippies on the sides that you can, that make it easy to keep them on your head. They're not gonna slip off. All right, this is another key piece of the loadout. This is, I don't know what to call it. I call it my goodie pouch. This is really, it's a Maxpedition pencil case, I think, but I keep a bunch of random stuff in here, so let's just hit them rapid fire. This is a Phoenix headlamp with a rubber band on it. Always have a headlamp on you. Hacky sack. This is a dirt bag hacky sack, not one of those cheapo, you know, knitted type ones that some people use. This is a legit hacky sack. What else? Extra mini flashlight, AAA flashlight. This is a Phoenix E05, super small. Another just little backup piece. A bunch of pens and pencils. This Graph Gear 0.7 millimeter mechanical pencil I've had for like 10 years now, I think. I've had it since high school and it has stuck with me and I love this pencil so much. So definitely check those out. And of course, this is a little underrated item. This is a bouncy ball. If you're going low tech for the day, you can do a lot of things with a hacky sack and a bouncy ball and the musings of your own mind. By the way, if you're liking the video so far, please consider dropping a thumbs up or subscribing to the channel. It very much helps me out and I'm very appreciative. Thank you. The Kindle. This is the Kindle Paperwhite 12th gen that just came out a couple of months ago, maybe like 3 or 4 months ago. I read a lot of books and this is irreplaceable for me. The newest one is super clutch. It's got the auto dimming backlight. It's also got dark mode that inverts the colors so you can read at night. I also got this nice leather case for it that feels super premium. It's definitely on the high end for a case. This was like 60 bucks, I think, but it's amazing. I can't recommend it highly enough. All right, we'll get to this guy at the very end. This is the finale. What else? Water bottle, standard stainless steel water bottle. Another utility item. This is a rain jacket. Always bring a rain jacket with you. So this is a Patagonia. You know I'm on that Patagucci gang lifestyle. This is a Patagonia, I think it's the Torrent Shell 3L. So I've had this one a while. It's treated me very nicely. Packs down, nice and small, always a good thing to have. Tech pouch, we got a bunch of random cords, miscellaneous chargers and plugs. This is the most important piece of the tech pouch though. This is a Anker power brick that has enough wattage to power both my laptop, this guy, and my phone. If you've got a business class laptop, they usually come with a giant brick charger that weighs like 2 pounds, but this thing replaces that entirely, and I use it for both my phone and my laptop. It's amazing. Another little organizer pouch. This is a Magpul Daka or Daka. I'm not sure how you really pronounce it, but it's this like specific material that they use. This one I just keep, it's mostly an organizer for this extra power brick. This is another Anker device, but I think this is like 12,000 milliamp hours, I believe, which is a pretty good amount. I've had this guy for, again, probably 4 years, and it still holds a charge. I'd rarely charge it up, but it's good to have as backup. I also have a SanDisk 1 terabyte external SSD. You can plug this straight into your phone and like transfer files for making videos and other stuff. So I like having this as a little backup. All right, in the top pouch here, quick access, what do we got? The main thing, I've got just a Ziploc bag. Ziploc bags are underrated, guys. You don't need a bunch of fancy ass organizers and Magpul Daka pouch bullshit. You just get a Ziploc bag and you're good to go. Bunch of random stuff. Little bar, just a snack for the road. Also, I like these little Justin's almond butter or peanut butter pouches. They're a little protein pouch, but this is like a throw it on some crackers or whatever, and you're eating like a king out there in the middle of the park. Little travel Advil chapstick, little mini duct tape thing. You never know when you're gonna need some duct tape. Couple of little vitamin C. This is emergency pouches. Earplugs, actually fairly underrated too. If you're at like a loud park that's next to a highway or a road or something, you throw some earplugs in and take a little siesta, you're having a great time. Okay, these guys I keep in the top, not in the top zipper, but in the back zipper where the Kindle is. You can really only store flat stuff in here. So I love these little, they're kind of like Ziploc bags, but they're a thicker material and they're in different shapes and sizes, obviously. This one has a bunch of first aid stuff in it. I'm not even gonna call it a first aid kit, it's like a boo-boo kit. There's a couple of different shapes of Band-Aids in here, some antibiotic ointment, some gauze pads. The main thing is Moleskin, the like Dr. Scholl's Moleskin that you can put on a blister if you're out walking. I've used that a handful of times from this. This is another small one. It's got lens wipes. You can see an extra pair of earplugs. This is actually an old ID of mine, an expired driver's license that I've wrapped Gorilla Tape on. And Gorilla Tape I kind of prefer over regular duct tape. It just seems to do a better job. I've actually used this in the wild once before. We were out walking around the lake around downtown Austin, and a couple of kayakers came up to this point where we were just sitting, hanging out, and this dude was like swimming next to his kayak, dragging it, and he was like kind of on the verge of drowning. Like, dude was not a kayaker, not really a strong swimmer. He came over, he made it to the ground though, and he was like, I don't know what's wrong with my kayak, it doesn't work. And so we looked at it, I pulled it out of the water, and there was like a giant crack right in the middle of it, underneath where his butt was, like where he was sitting, and it was just filling with water. And so flipped the kayak over, dump out the water, and I luckily had my Gorilla Tape on me and slapped, I don't know, 12 inches of Gorilla Tape over the crack and sent him on his way back to the rowing dock where he rented it from. And presumably he didn't die. I think he made it, but I don't know. So maybe it wasn't that handy, but it made me feel good. So that's why I carry it around. And now for the grand finale, one of the most underrated items, I think. This is a Thermarest Z Seat. and it's just a small piece of a Thermarest foam pad that you would buy for camping, but it's just a tiny little guy and it wraps up nicely and it's for your butt to sit on. If you're going to coffee shops, walking around, checking out bookstores, you take a break, you sit down on a park bench, you lay down on the ground, this thing elevates your experience, man. Let me tell you. I'm sitting on the ground right now with no butt cushion and it's like pure agony, you know. I don't know how long I'm gonna make it, but I sit on this bad boy. I sit on this bad boy. It's like sitting on a cloud, you know. You can use it as a pillow. You sit on this bad boy, you're in comfort mode. You can just sit there, read your book, write in your journal for hours and hours and hours, and you're gonna be just fine. So yeah, I think that's it. That's everything I carry in my backpack to wander around and get lost for a day. Hope you enjoyed the video, and we will see you on the next one. Oh yeah, baby. That is amazing.